and you beka weekend games a course so wasem and Liverpool match a boy near Thursday Liverpool against Arsenal so because channel Liverpool channel tino. Yeah, discussions ni be na be about Liverpool. Indeed. So you're Liverpool near this is the place for you. Indeed, and minia Stana and ever be dinkomo. Or a Liverpool fan pa or a pandit and so or pro KSS. Indeed. Hopefully you be more than that. But so when him na that's a new first time Stana. Miss me dinde Plavi. LFC Plavi. Indeed. Yeah, shank come on I say. But say a free Amorim Saka. Ya Saka no. And now no pay sorry that news about the say Mama Sake Amorim. It looks like there's in some more kind or press conference ne and your marketing get to be a shot even before the press conference and I'm Sake no. And before say a Sake no one no. Amorim appointment, any performance. Man, you now when say.
You know, more subscribe, or more for the first time. Any or more or minimum that or KSS channel, so you know. Sure, yeah. 2026 CDF said it has started with a big bang. As a sorry of a BI, it's as before. And I sorry I ain't issue. Sorry I say maybe they're from press conference before the game or after the game and run. I felt it was very strange. The fact that he had to explain even before na I say interview no not unprovoked, but it seems as though now on one person or church or KBB. As if say ebia washeda say ebia or person okay can answer. And okay can answer man. The performance so far at Manchester United, statistically, what they book to one market, the matches are one ball, the number of times we win the matches, the draws, any the losses there. That statistically, he's the worst Manchester United manager. Meaning saying history was in recent times, so but since Alex Ferguson, statistically, winner, Wabama you are just the modern more for manager will call more than 360 days without winning a Premier League game back to back. When we tell we're reading and the following week, Premier League no say why maybe that in 360 days. Or call 5 days back and call a whole year. And I once a pair and soon already 2 Premier League games at twice back to back. Or yeah, no back up it. It happened only once. And you know how poor Manchester United have been under Amorim. And even in his own words, on one Casano, or some months before said, we are the worst Manchester United side in history. And Okasano, Nina in cemetery chance, of course, one Casano, we are the old by a best sad. It is a waba. That's a war say because this is the worst Manchester United side in history. That is a one Casano. There's question marks about a human hour. Overall, the
Indeed, who is at the NMA? Who is at the NMA went to me and I'm one homodin because of free sporting CP banner. Now, ne record or the nature say or a decent coach. At least I went to my family you and J Premier League title no cry na. Na me who say be all ban obey me the di consistently top 4 no obey me the ball or more performances
first of all,
massive improvement.
Into the Manchester United from outside looking in. What him say he didn't actually know how big or how tough the job actually was and so over. Into Oba, who said the Jumana Kasati, the magnitude of a Jumana Kasa Tamangu. say bro no so kakra. And on one case so on say you're very transparent or kind of prep or back press conference but sometimes we'll come and post. And on one case can say why mistakes be brave. Anko konechi anka 75% of nyoma wire no. And ko be nyoma different. On one case you be a wajia tum so buy and why phone so be dear Ama went to me and succeeded on Manchester United. And your money does. First of all, me measure a so the hierarchy. Or more Man United is so how we take decisions. The co-owner Jim Ratcliffe, the director of football Jason Wilcox, and then the other one, the chief executive Omar Barada. Some pennyful we almost buy a money for now. Almost say omu incompetent kakra. Na no me chi say omo buy no Eric Ten Hag manager or the omo call the FA Cup final our share omo share Manchester City at the GFA Cup final. Na obi ahu ni say enka sa season ya Eric Ten Hag nya yi die enka ye pamona no but or GFA Cup ni wi no empanimfo mo Manchester United no I wasn't going to take a bold decision. Maybe three me who said they were emotional about it. Until they make a rational decision. And almost had a new contract as our man Eric Ten Hag. And almost our man is come on in the call transfer market. I got 2 players by. That was the first mistake I'm paying for year. And then months later, and almost our palm Eric Ten Hag. And almost they win a money by. Until there's an issue a sort of that. And even before, the other mistake almost sporting director no Newcastle omoko fa ne buy say ombra be adwuma sporting director no kan sa no oba no oko garden leave omotwen na for about 3 months and sa no oba be adwuma oba yo no mpanimfo no benya problems e mom say yini football iti enyoma bibira akoso osoro ha ni nyina ma hu say mpanimfo na akasa no issues e wosoro omonye yes, very disorganized. That is the first thing I'm going to say. How we've been among.
Disorganized.
The other things here, and Nyoma a one change the noise at Manchester United. Manchester United a bubukwa a sopai, and a Nyoma walk on the doors or buy players in it be and so any issues or more Ten Hag issues or no one can be facing it there. Jadon Sancho issue. Mekai so say oba ho for na a few training sessions ye hu say Marcus Rashford akwa tweet and akwa share on Instagram page say training session ya meet me enka ade poti or kind but na or can be said training session like a koyi like a new beginning ye be she be asefo for it's not nipa we be say oh any Rashford Aje Ruben Amorim to the honest and you API and you may baby kui. And Chenny who's a quiet interview or baby or case challenge. It is a book na say player at that time I think so on the highest paid player. The star boy, the highest paid player, born and bred Manchester United fan and a player. Now we're on about out say oh here new challenge Abraham manager for aba. Not just say and also another issue. Inti san nyoma mienu no and then the last one ayo no one kasa so ne tactical announcer or the bar Manchester United obaye no and o yes obebo 3 at the back na opeso obo na akade anase players odi omubebo sa 3 at the back no players ni be na new to them omumu bi da inti na e be take a lot of time and san when you transfers when your players kakra any omo ho dada bit ma fit into that system no it's not ama inconsistencies about team it me hu say sa nyoma miensa we and attribute it to say we been Amorim went to me Amon home day or Manchester United.
Okay. Yeah, me so Amorim the initially Orban and I'm of him so bit me a juma. me catch the man you for minimum say oh Amorim no ba ne de omomo won nje because me who is a good coach obetimi aye but obedru no I don't know no ankasa ne way of handling the press no, right from the beginning as me starting who question marks about the way I will see address media no nsɛm bi ɔkeka some of the things na keni sɛ ɔkeka right from the beginning nti ɛhɔ na me starting who red flags even apart from the tactics no na me who ni sɛ for a team like Manchester United no you don't just need a tactician unhia obi a obetuma handle media no and right from the beginning na they was handle media na there was a problem and our starters only players nyenya saa ntɔkwa no nti no you could see that right from the beginning no na sɛ nneɛma ɛnhyɛ da nkɔ the way a na nkɛ wɔ sɛ ɛsi kɔ yɛ movie away from Man U ni Amorim ni yɛhwɛ Maresca Chelsea for asake no Maresca Chelsea asake no yɛnkɔ mu bebree into the sack but yɛhwɛ Liam Rosinia or say wabedru London bibia kyerɛ sɛ ɔno mo de adwuma no bɛma no sɛn na wɔsi hu ne chances at Chelsea obetimi ayɛ adwuma no na expectations bɛn na wɔde ma no and at the end I'll be catch Chelsea fans are almost say expectations bɛn na ɔmo fa Liam Rosinia
manager bia me share that shit training you can say no championship name and san or a Strasbourg adeɛ baako a a positive for Rosinia and say our system ni mu dada and you say the entire pamo Enzo Maresca no ɔno ankasa Rosinia no ɔyɛ obi a ɔyɛ aware of sɛnea Chelsea for ne yɛ ɔmo nneɛma wonim how a ɔne ɔmo bɛdi ɔmo nso nim sɛnea ɔmo nso yɛ n'adwuma nti saa relationship no ɛwɔ hɔ dada ɛna the second one is sɛ Rosinia no yɛ obi a ɔne nkora yɛ adwuma bebree Strasbourg Boboko no ɔmo transfer sɛdeɛ ɔmo yɛ ɔmo transfer business between Liverpool ne Okra Chelsea players are omo loan was Strasbourg for example Andre Santos nti oyobi a wonim sɛne ne nkra ɛyɛ adwuma sɛne yɛ build tactical systems or your modern coach and another one nso ne sɛ the style of play no is not too different from sɛne sɛne Enzo Maresca and so a setting teams up sɛne omo build there from the back structure elements and our structural principles are Ruben Enzo Maresca at the Bonabon, similar one and on Salzburg, Strasbourg. The one thing he will need to overcome the adaptability of say was Strasbourg. Now we movie a step up at the about one of the biggest clubs in the world in Chelsea Football Club. The step up. It is here and Ufi Strasbourg Chelsea no Oba no a World Cup winner in Enzo Fernandez team mu a Oba be manage no player bit say Cole Palmer Joao Pedro Mode Brazilian international these are top elite level players with James who are Champions League near do Chelsea dada inti Oba no sa relationships no idea who be here and one other thing these young managers, you know, a home a year. So most of the time, I am a tactics be a relationships with players no more senior related to senior players now. But na or ma AGBB that a memo example with Liverpool. Say what should Liverpool year and a slot bar for smartly making sure say on Virgil van Dijk, a very close relationship. And luckily for him, Van Dijk, SI in Chrome, in every Netherlands. Or confide in Virgil van Dijk, or one of the first people are a slot Efra many or Mudinko. On only Van Dijk a Dinko, maybe a wako Allison, no wako Salah. Now only on betting common. It is our players, if they are able to buy into your ideas, then it is a very good start to be push you ama or more makan so follow seats because wo bano say obana betu with James now betu Cole Palmer or Magic Club World Cup edada enna one other thing so they said players no also omu ye nipa ɛna bebree na ɔmo ne Enzo Maresca ɛwɔ relationship dada ɔmo wɔ ayɔnkofa bi dada nti ɔmo no they would feel some way say oh the manager ɛne ne wɔ hɔ ɔyɛ adeɛ kama you go through tough period there but ɔbaa no wabɔ ne ho mmɔden yɛne na wɔ ha na deɛ nti na mapam no nti that kind of you know wɔ hɔ dada nti wɔwɔ aba no you have to win their trust ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo gye wo di sɛ manager a waba yi manager a waba yi kura de ne ho ne yie no ɛni sɛ saa de no ɛbɔ ɔmo ti saa de no nya hyɛ aseɛ pɛ ɛhɔ no woyɛ lusu adwuma no nti that is aside tactics ne sɛdeɛ ɔbɔ ne ball no the first thing a ɛbɛboa Rusino a ama na succeed wɔ Chelsea animanim yɛ the relationships with players and then senior or adapted to being at a bigger club from Strasbourg, you know, by Chelsea.
That's it. They say I was a Rosinian with me senior players no on side. I was with me find a way Obama on a banner side. So when you're on the side, their tactics and then will follow suit because I think that say Ubana say tactics now they bana say how to manage egos no name players no when to me and writer you will still not be able to do it because they all kind of players no a bit more very close to Maresca and Apamon is here. And you know they can feel sorry for themselves on bit to me a bobo in such a way a club no somebody or more you must sign a contract you be heading a bit to your mocha. You know there are some players on bit to me feel say be coach na asake no na entwa yi omo ne mpanifo nya adwenti they can revolt against the new manager and I be mu nso no so players are no omunya bibo under Maresca no se coach we bana se obana yemfa ne se ne tactics no ono no hu ne se bia player fofra no onya bimo under Maresca emumbe boa no na so start here those changes are eno so betimi e de ema eja tom our confusion is because player don't know enya bibo no se o de ne betina bench na de ono onya bimbo de ne be shem na ekoye se ase sisi no wo ba ye no as a new king, new law, and also wait to me.
Me question now. Say,
I know he has to really get the man management and managing player egos, no. Spot on.
Say, I say, Professor, because a rinse and repeat. On also be kwa through stage be on also be pese. On also be nya some say be API. On also be play away. On also be say, and also uncover the same issues are on the Maresca nya. Uncover the same thing, Emma.
Yeah, very likely. Me only say very likely says I don't know sense being because coaches no more yes and yet because they are only thinking about omo egos and BBS until sometimes a pressure na about almost because the fans no starting who say name being kuyi results in kuyi ni idea they will start pointing fingers at the coach forgetting say there are certain things that the coach has no control over because position no modema coaches or Chelsea no a head coach until you have no say when it comes to player recruitment. Even medical team will say when it comes to your selection. Until how can you even make decisions that be a woman is the right thing for the team? Until no, at some point there's a pressure back coach needs to be brave. Rosinia Yaobe. It's a pressure back needs to be brave. And I say they be your corporate conference. You be a question. Say I then how you say. I then how you say. Meanwhile, no, he's not allowed to talk about certain things. A bit my group point to be a to me and show that all the blame. Until he'll be forced to say certain things any sort. But Obi Subeka said, why you with the Chelsea hierarchy at Strasbourg? The same system now or pretty under Intino. You might argue say he's already used to that way of working. I know you're not correct, but pressure now was Strasbourg no cannot be compared to Chelsea. So about Chelsea, pressure that will be under the way to be a more you under different circumstances and how when yes in the so that when you bet my rinse and repeat that is a very high risk. In the Miagasana Chelsea situation, no, very dicey. But we'll see how things go. Yeah, Uncle Liverpool. Now, and discuss Liverpool versus Fulham game across the weekend. You say Liverpool about draw last minute goal I consider actually yes last minute goal. Within after 90th
game
minute
na
two goals by
and
game.
yet too
Game
different
na
from
nkasa
sending
overall game
yapo games in the last couple of games. Say na saying and a lot pressure you lose to us be no or you imagine say no games are you come bia no yen konko rock and roll football say we are going with some kind of ego. He say, oh, we must be a show. Yen pressing and yen jibon yen show. Say, no, I don't say, or be more pragmatic. That is all part. We be making sure, say, first of all lose game and sana. Say, quite be my tries will be winning game. It is our approach a lot of the games from Inter Milan in the Champions League. Sana approach games. It's game the chance and sa it's a man and see game na boring kakra oh sha EPN sideways ne na possession here you have EPA na ya ha say opposition no be my na you bit many some extra quality be from one of the players are not creative we are my na your point. It is an game the chance here and unfortunately said the defense and I yet na say na you concede first goal. Very good finish from Harry Wilson, former Liverpool player. And game in the core first half. Into second half, me cried here. I had zero, you kind of say confidence game you beat me as a back about because say this season mentality wise you concede goal to me and back and be winning match this season. Match bien why I consider first go at 3 points. I think say the whole of the season, you recorded I think 2 points from losing positions. Me penny air draw. Ya can I share. It's second half no. You team a share. You team equalize it through Florian Wirtz. Now, you try see you prove. Your second half in the not quality. Now you move the ball no a bit quicker. A change first half no. Not agency kakra wood. A change first half no. Jeremy Frimpong ebemu. No, we know his quality. Or Jibon na or pese or Chirem drew bar line na be a cut back and that's what Pijama so. And only one way I create chance on the right hand side. So Salani one year bought Jeremy Frimpong. And once when I find a fast Sudinya, the second goal I could get share in the 93rd minute. Inti after 93rd minute to me nim player your fast one you consider sa foul no. Sorry, sa throw in no. I bound this taker. And a slot or a very smart man. So in the press conference they be bra. And she attend beyond in a bay because say the Ocha seminal very clever manager. Ocha seminal and more who said yen concede high quality chances be and no creating Liverpool concede high quality chances be name say a laku say a dear say you concede 2 chances cry say match is a bit loose biano nansing the in American. You consider chance be but it one be consider piano still na ye dia ho omo dia share enti throw win no ya kwa set back isuru ni nyina ka mentality ho asema American say ye share ya intimi equalize enti ye share 2-1 na ye tirimu no adidie ye de yintimi protect ye lead enkofo anka no mate yenkogu achi eni yekogu achi nti ono so J ball no read J ball 3 years ni read shego 3 years player no shego makogu achi dia eni mami bobin fam say sha and o boy na unfortunately share me no kra in the game as a whole I thought a draw was a fair result. Not draw, no, we didn't deserve to actually win the game. And we had 3 points, but fact, see, that is how the situation is with Liverpool.
my anchor Jeremy Frimpong who has kakra. Ball now cross say for second goal. No. It looks like
Yeah. Jeremy Frimpong
Jeremy
ankasa
Frimpong. We
ɔyɛ
kind of
player
crossing
bi a
who has but it looks like
deɛ
ne
onimu yɛ
crosses
ne
very
quality no
underrated.
ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi utilize no to the maximum. If you say Jeremy Frimpong no ɔno ankasa no ɔnyɛ obi a ɔyɛ very technical nti yɛ build it from the back ne yɛyɛ sɛ yɛde Jeremy Frimpong ɔngyina right back position ɔte sɛ de na yɛhu Trent na my effectiveness na yɛbɛnya free no hɔ no the best quality ɛyɛ sɛ de yɛhu no a na ɔyɛ those type of courses no ɛno deɛ ɔyɛ very good at them sɛ being direct na all go to the byline either sɛ ɔbɛyɛ cut back anaasɛ ɔbɛpudi cross no ɔbɛpagya asensɛn wie ma obi apɛm. It is his best quality as a football player. Ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɔnim yie paa nti adeɛ baako a ɛno deɛ ɔnim yɛ kudos to him for that. There are some other things ɛwɔ ne game mu a ɔbɛtumi improve but saa ne crossing no ne ne cut backs point na ɔbɛyɛ cut back no sɛ ebi wɔ a sɛ ɛyɛ teasing cross na ɔbɛyɛ a ɛno deɛ most of the time ɛyɛ a ɔnya slow decisions right nti ɛno deɛ ɔyɛ adeɛ paa.
Yeah, asɛm bi a na manager no ɛka after game no the post match press conference no ɔka sɛ I think that there was a question and a question in bisa say yeah better defensively and concede chances bebree but you intimi create enough and a coach the bisa journalist ne say time and he concede so many chances through transitions near create enough because on coach ne hu say still now we weren't creating enough time and he concede so many chances no. It is to say now you concede too many chances you create enough and yes be because of new approach now or they show up defensively and them into me and create but who is it throughout the season you create enough inti eno no sana no only coach ni and say you create enough didn't na coach no want me enya my create more chances
he should know the idea abasa because there's a balance the idea yentimi equity high quality chance and our chances surface because of approaching our eco games in one and say eco games in him say game ya yokomi yempese ye chibigu hobi nti say ye kwakopegu krana yempese ye di players be pre be kwako shemsi ye kopegu na ye gya ye chi ego
me bow but on the time na ye concede chances be brain no who is that time still na need create enough. Yeah, funny say in those games that you losing, I think 6 games in a row. Who say around that time you were creating enough to score goals.
Even compared to I think you create enough than time and now you lose. Time now you lose. Now you're more useless possession. Useless possession. And it be not to say enya cry. It's question of some much my agency super. Because I make time a time you lose not creativity no enye. It was non-existent because like I said there were some matches I started Isaka. Say Isak bebo 60-70 minutes who say Isak enya even a half chance. But even Nansenya yeah bobo draw still na you see you who say chance creation a year kakra chain first. And the who say approach na you use so ka ho intina your chance creation a year better than time na you use because you see you know sometimes yen try say ye penny opposition back baby yen pese opposition be kwa kuchi because and only reason in tia time na you use na intimi pretty chances it is say you know ye try say ye be invited pressure kakra inti enuntina ya obo sa the diamond method obo Curtis Jones no abo McAllister no abo Sobosla no abo Vet said the be ya ye benya numbers from finfin it is say eye airball kra na ye benya advantage wɔ mfimfini a yɛde bɛpeke second ball yɛpeke second ball na yɛpɛ bi ama no run in behind ɛno yɛ one area yɛtumi de yɛ chance creation ama no aba soro kakra but first no a ne yɛ lose no na yɛtry sɛ yɛkɔ game no mu a yɛtiri mu no yɛkɔ sɛ we have the quality yɛwɔ quality no deɛ ɛne ne bɔ no yɛyɛ adeɛ kyɛn nti yɛde yɛ game plan na ɛkɔ deɛ ɔde baabi a yɛmfa ho yɛba abɛhyɛ wo kyɛ sɛ some mindset bi sɛ asɛ yɛ deserve sɛ 3 points no wɔmfa ma yɛ reigning league champions which was the wrong approach ɛwɔ sɛ nka yɛnya ntoboaseɛ
ɛna wobɛhwɛ nso a saa time no sɛ in case sɛ yɛabɔ bɛyɛ sɛ 60-70 minutes ne yɛbɔ draw some changes bi a na manager ne yɛ no na ɛyɛ akɔyɛ sɛ last season ɔtumi yɛ change na ɔde bɛyɛ 5 attackers abɛgum na mfimfini wasɛe because ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhyɛ goal even though yɛbɔ draw ebi wɔ koraa yɛ winning mpo but sɛ yɛbɔ draw ɔpɛ sɛ ɔwini at all cost either he wins or he loses the game until he will risk losing the game in order to win instead of taking the draw. But I say in approach na
the other year oppositions use TI and they say last season na the league we were so good and dominant say intino we were so good and dominant intino say clubs no any year bo na year bo that kind of way no ye penny omo back na ye attack your more no omo suru so omo beti omo enso be try so be attack here cause meaning say ye attack here Liverpool quality no beti ma share but as when na ye lose a few games no na other teams omo be share omo mentally no omo was a mental fortitude there omo so there so omo tell me say Liverpool team we Liverpool team of last season we can get at them you see bit ma show mu nti the more na ye cause we mu the air for ye be show omo na omo so no air plan say go for we omo chipo ye nyanto boase na ye city back deep kakra chire no ye so bit ma akọ show and also can be into their concede this season corner enko ye no ni nyina amana basa because teams aiming say we are vulnerable now than we were last season.
Okay, your time now economy bebree nti the last thing Liverpool against Arsenal next Thursday. What do you expect? Because they say me when is a Liverpool matches no you need difficult ones you need easy ones because you can't convince me say a game against Obiti say Inter Milan a difficult game. In the end no it wasn't a difficult game but a game against Fulham no it proved to be even more difficult. And they say, "Unti show opponent and a Liverpool game way difficult and any difficult." They say we just have games. And they against Arsenal, no crap. Mean to me, who's a man can say a difficult game and any difficult because one here, a baby actually no more kwakoshe, no more kwakoshe. And so now against the other teams are who say Leeds United money are the easy game.
Arsenal game. My friend free Arsenal side.
Is a DNA expected from Liverpool against
game no yeah. Arsenal. Arsenal mom newo we have nothing to lose. Sane approach I was here the game in error. Obie nim say Liverpool team enye. Obie nim say Arsenal ono na AABB this season open league age ene ade. Nti no Arsenal omo share enye news. Sa pepepe. Nti game na ye kom no. Ye kom obie nim say Arsenal be share.
Omo share enye news.
Last I think said this week yeah you said peace coach you said the model more from Onko Onyado Arsenal team we see team a you name say omo no a basket piece yeah the European you will be anyhow European you will be anyhow 80 game no approach I de become me who say and a slot de become it wouldn't be so much different from the year in the past recent weeks yeah yɛbɛkɔ game ni yɛnkɔtrae sɛ yɛne Arsenal kɔbɔ toe-to-toe. Yɛkɔ game ni we want to stay in the game as long as possible. Sɛ the Chelsea ne Man City ball and run saa ne yɛn nso yɛbɛkɔ game ni against Arsenal Thursday anywhere. Saa ne yɛbɛkɔ game. My expectations there, many expectations there, I'm praying because Arsenal team not share time and time and again. Say even last season na yɛgyina yɛn nan so koraa no yɛntumi anhyɛ home and away nyinaa yɛntumi anhyɛ meaning say this season yɛhyɛ but this season encounter no koraa no it was a very close call, a free kick and yɛtumi de show. Internet Arsenal's game to lose. Me who is Arsenal be win dear. I'm just hoping say boys no or bekyerɛ because Arsenal team no a team as here open league agye. Or see a kyerɛ de tia yɛnso yɛn yɛgye league from same last season. We just need to go there and show a bit of fight. I will say yɛkɔ konkoden because Thursday match ne nya match you beat me day because you confidence cry you need nti nya match ye koma ye kɔbɔ ball fair na bia oh ye ne omo kɔtie gina baabi. I will see a good game nim say ye brɛ ye ho ase. I will see ye humble. Humbleness ne di humbleness ne di ko game.
But only say baby I say Liverpool team not drew no get it to that point. Or humble because they say no more who said they are not good enough. Indeed, it looks like Nazema who are changing approach. Approach no more game. They say we are not favorite in any game. We have to earn the right to win the game. Into first thing first, work hard. If you can't score, don't concede. Na omashes ombenya go be ewe. But against Arsenal, only say betimi similar to Inter Milan because it was Inter Milan was a game and Inter Milan or form coming into the game. Norman Lusu, it was San Siro in the Champions League for a very, very long time. Into Liverpool core, you frustrate you stay compact at the back, you concede from set piece. Into me who say against Arsenal, say and concede from
Inter Milan game no.
You bet me game at least a draw.
But me who say it's a little bit different. If you say Inter Milan, say under Kivu, or a very high possession team, and yet a team in or used to last season or they bought Champions League final. They the same players, but this season we share even Inter Milan possession stats. Italian Serie A, they have the most average possession with Italian Serie A, 60 point something if I'm not mistaken. It's almost style of playing a bit different from say the Arsenal best here. And Sisiano, one other thing is say our right Arsenal right hand side. They say a corner creativity in be free aba. Enti the all both say Andy Roberts in elbow hole, say Melos Kekes in elbow hole. One particular area we see a shame because a Martin Odegaard crying as an airport as a number 10 or you be a time the energy ball now. He favors more of the right hand side also on the Saka with that relationship. No? Into a better area, it will be key in the game. Say you be making sure say you be locate that place. No? And a PM set piece, Gabriel is back. And a set piece defender no is very poor. And one thing is so I'm going to say, your set piece defender no is not just about say your two ball and about boxing one will be a pimashe and a struggle. And you don't struggle. A second ball, no. Say ball, no. Say you can't see two ball about boxing, man. Van Dijk and I can't up him a free moon. I went to me and pin, yeah, that's what boxing him and I top boxing the chin. They be born a bit tall. A honor issue, a honor struggle with the because it is a wash Premier League statistics in the break runner, a baheaded aerial duels win rate. Van Dijk, you cannot